My name is Leanne Wood-Smith. I'm a Nashville native, a university professor, and I've aspired to be a writer my whole life. I love words. I love art in all its forms, but words are my favorite. I love their power to influence, their poetry, their rhythm. Words illuminate. We are educated through words. We're inspired by words and draw strength from them. In the late 90s, I wrote a family humor column for a couple of small newspapers in Middle Tennessee. I learned that writing is necessary to my survival. And I've actually written a great deal over the last 30 years. Blog posts, articles, newsletters, songs, poems, academic papers. But the thing that I've always wanted to produce is a novel. I've worked on multiple stories for the past several years, and they're all connected to one fictional county in Tennessee called Marsden. If you look Marsden County up on a Tennessee map, you're not going to find it. It exists only in my head. Leaving Independence just happened to be the first of these stories to reach full maturity, and I couldn't be more proud of it. Because it's a story of westward expansion, it reminds me a lot of the Louis L'Amour stories that I loved so much when I was growing up. Leaving Independence is the story of Abigail Baldwin, a woman who thinks she's a widow. The Civil War's been over a year and she's having a hard time keeping her home and providing for her family. When a letter arrives saying that Robert is alive, she's hurt. He's been gone 5 years and they argued when he left. He was an attorney who joined a Union regiment and she had brothers who fought for the Confederacy. When she hears from Robert himself and he says he likes the West and has no plans to return to Tennessee, she decides to sell the house, packs her children and the dog, and heads to Independence, Missouri to join a wagon train going up the Oregon Trail toward Robert. A big part of my research for this book was that I read a lot of diary entries and journals that women kept who actually traveled the trails. Men would write things like, covered 12 miles, one of the oxen got sick. But the women provided a lot of rich details. They talked about the food, they talked about the difficulty of the travel, illnesses, what they thought of native peoples and other travelers, and the beauty of the land. These women's diaries and letters were invaluable to me, so I knew I wanted to include some element of that in my story. So Abigail writes letters throughout the story to a dear friend back home. Every moment I've worked on this manuscript has been a labor of love. I love Abigail, I love her 4 children, her friends became my friends, and I fell in love with Hope Matthews just like Abigail does. It's really been my greatest honor and privilege to get to bring these characters to life and tell their story, and it's an honor to now get to share them with you.